Hail and welcome to the finale of Vanquish. Now I believe there's actually something behind you at the start of that corridor there. I think it might be like a Pangler statue or something, maybe some like weapons or something. I don't know, like I had never thought to check. I didn't really care that much, but you know. But yes, we are now back in contact with Zaitsev in his bogey once more. And there's another one, because of course there fucking is. We've been thrown around so much by the first one that of course there's got to be another one to fuck up your day. And I fucking love this, I don't even care.
Nothing better than a smoke to remind you you're alive. Just won't let me finish this one in peace, will ya?
A dead man's last cigar. Take your time.
I'd rather hear something other than bullshit from you.
You want truth, comrade? Here is glimpse. Madam Winters backed our takeover of Russia.
The president was behind your coup?
She promised to support our sovereign government.
I said no bullshit.
To Winters, war was necessary to regain economic footing and reassert world hegemony.
And there's your plot twist, folks.
So she used you as a pretext for war?
We had no choice but to proclaim war before we were attacked ourselves.
I can't condone winners trying to attack Moscow, but you have no right to declare war with a weapon of mass destruction.
The betrayed have a right to retribution. You cannot deny this.
If you're gonna make this my fight, then I'm gonna end it.
So, yeah, plot twist there, folks. Winters was behind all this the whole time. Because, you know, she's got to have some sort of justification for war and got to get a bit of a economic boost out of the back of it, because that's a totally humane way of doing it. No corruption there at all. But yes, this is the final boss against these two bogies. And I've got to say, this is a really fucking fun boss. Like, it might seem quite simple, and in concept it is. You just got to take the two of them down. But with the environment moving around, with them two moving around, and there'll be another phase to it in a bit once we get a bit further in, that just sort of wraps everything up nicely. And, you know, I'm a sucker for this sort of stuff. Like, any sort of dramatic final boss just after a load of conflict and that, I am completely down for. And I like the red and blue coloration as well, just balancing off each other nicely. It's just a small thing and it doesn't really mean anything, but it's still nice, and it lets you easily distinguish which one you're shooting at if you're trying to do the thing that I mentioned in the last part, sort of strategically taking down one then the other, or whether you want to just whittle away at both of them. You can do either, really. It doesn't actually matter which one you beat first. You're going to have to take them both down anyway, so do whatever's easiest for you, whatever approach works best for you. And the other thing is always stay on the move. If you stay put, then they're going to like shoot you with lasers, or they're gonna like come up behind you while you're focusing on the other one. If you're trying to stand for cover, don't stand for cover too long. It's basically what I'm getting at, because you might be covering yourself from one of them, but the other guy's still flying around. So just be on the ball. And yeah, like when they start shooting the lasers around as well, depending on the state of the environment at the time, that can either be lethal or not lethal. Because if any of them things are sticking up, then at least you've got that grace period to just duck behind it. Whereas if not, then you're gonna have to either roll or dash pretty fucking quick. And honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting for the second phase to kick in, because that's when the really cool shit happens. But I've got to take one of them down first before that will happen, so yeah, come on. This looks so stupid, I love it. So that hurt. Okay, so apparently we took down a dummy, that's lovely. All that work was well worth it. But yeah, maybe I do have to take him down a little bit before I can get into the second phase. But there's a second phase that's going to trigger fairly soon. And yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to. Like, we're getting some dialogue here, prompting it that we need to go faster because they're too fast for the suit as it currently is. Fuck yeah, folks, we now have no limitations on our suit, or at least much more lenient limitations. We can boost all over the fucking place. We go faster, we have a like extended gauge that we can use. Like, there aren't me just dashing around in circles to show it off, because I love this. This is like the reward, I suppose, for getting down to the last phase, that this isn't safe having this much leeway, you know, having a suit with loads of weaponry and shit just completely off the hook like this. But when you're up against this evil or this tough challenge boss, you kind of need all the power that's like available to you. So you take off your inhibitor rings and you just fucking dash for it. I love it. This game does a perfect job of just rewarding you for progressing, and there's enough cool shit that maybe it's a bit shallow at times, but I don't give a fuck. I'm playing Vanquish. I'm playing a game about like loads of guys fighting mechs with gruff voices, and they're in these weapon suits. This is what I want. I want cool shit, and I'm getting fucking cool shit. And what better way to like conclude a game about all this cool shit than to take off the safety gloves entirely and just fire everything you fucking have at the enemy. That's what is going on here. And I couldn't think of a better way to finish this. Like, we had Zaitsev introduced as the main antagonist in the first proper boss, like the boss of Act 1. And from then on, it was kind of like the thing to do to aim towards getting him back, because that was a sort of it doesn't count kind of boss. But now we get to take him on again, like taking on 2 of his bogey mechs. And there's the final hit, folks. It looks like our suit didn't take too kindly to that.
Move! God damn it! Move!
Fuck you! And there we go.
2 down. Elena, this is a slave unit.
He must have been operating them remotely.
Yeah, controlling both of them at the same time. He stuffed him with tactical nukes.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Sights out.
And this, folks, is what we know as sequel bait. And it just makes me think that I really want more Vanquish.
Damn it.
I would be more worried about my own whereabouts if I were you. Seeing as how you are actually there.
I'd rather be dead than a slave. Elena, I'm on my way.
There are escape pods above you. Get in one of those.
Sounds good.
So that's all of this game's missions done. And yeah, the ending is very much sequel bait. Like, Zaitsev is getting away and we've just got to escape, really. It's just an escape sequence here from here on out until more shit happens. But yeah, the fact that it is sequel bait, that could be disappointing to some people. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not too fussed by it because, like I was saying in the boss, I got to do a lot of cool shit. That was a really satisfying final boss. And the fact that we got to use Sam's suit to its full extent, 100% down with that. Like, that concluded the game for me. I'm satisfied with that. Although, that does raise the question of, could a Vanquish sequel happen? And personally, if you'd asked me like maybe a year or so ago, like I would have just assumed Vanquish had entirely been forgotten about. But given we have this new PC port, I would like to think the positive reception from this could lead to something. Like, granted, I'm not sure what sort of situation the IP's in at this point. I don't know whether Platinum still own it or whether it's tied down to Sega and whether they'd do something with it. Or I just don't know. Like, this isn't something I've looked up or anything, but I would love to see Platinum work on a Vanquish sequel. There's so much more cool stuff you could do with this kind of gameplay. I feel like I've seen stories like this before where they think the protagonist's dead like this and it turns out right there that they're not. I can't really think of anything to mind though. Maybe it's one of the things that is done so often I don't even think of it in context or with examples or anything anymore, but yeah, I feel like it's been done before a lot, and I feel like I've seen this happen before a lot. And naturally we've got the cool guys don't look at explosions thing going on there, which, you know, it's overdone as fuck, but it's still cool, so whatever, I'll take it. And yeah, this ending really does like its explosions.
I'm sorry about the professor, Sam.
So am I. You know, I'm not that different from Burns. We both sacrificed others to uphold our own ideals.
But Sam, you saved so many more than that.
Yeah.
Your ascent to power is complete. On to the next phase.
And this is definitely sequel bait. You know they want to do something more with this guy that Zaitsev's talking to there. And it makes you think, even if Zaitsev himself is not the boss of a potential Vanquish sequel, the fact that there's clearly this organisation who have their own approach and beef with the US, yeah, that's a thing that could happen. And yes, there's Winters taking out probably the only way out of this. Now she's being exposed for that kind of greed and corruption. So, folks, that is the end of Vanquish. I'm gonna try and sum this up the best I possibly can, but really I've said everything I need to say at this point. Vanquish is a game that I had a lot of fun playing, despite it not being the kind of game I would normally go out my way to play, because I've never been one for third-person shooters. Even back when I was in my shooter phase, back when I was a teenager, about 14, 15 or so, I was mainly sticking to like multiplayer FPSs. So this is a kind of game that completely missed me by when it was first out, like on the 360 and whatnot. And it was a game that, if it weren't for good word of mouth I'd heard in recent times, I would have probably skipped over entirely. But man, was this a good time to play through, both initially when I played the PC port when it first came out, and then again when I went back to record it for the playthrough. It was such a fun experience both times. I like the fast pace of it. I like the way that you can just speed around, you can keep moving constantly. It's not like this sort of thing where you gotta just, you know, take it slow and just do a section at a time. You can dash forward into combat in most situations. There's only a few parts where you need to be careful. Like, all I'm really thinking of are like the big mech bosses, like some of the Argus fights and the fight against Burns at the end. They're the only parts where I can really think, okay, I had to slow down and be careful here. For the most part, it's a case of just keep going, and this is a game where you do cool shit. I've said that so many times this part, but that is just the best way to sum up Vanquish, really. You can just do cool shit. The plot's cool, very lightweight, but it's perfect for what it is. I never did get to the bottom of whether it's sincere or not, but I honestly don't care. I enjoy the story for what it is. Whether I'm enjoying it the wrong way, that's possibly up for interpretation, but no, I love Vanquish, folks. I know I did have a few delays in the playthrough that got there from me not being well and me having problems, but just being able to have another game to gush over, I've enjoyed that. Maybe I didn't have as much to talk about during some of the sections as I probably would have liked to have had, but nevertheless, we got through it, and again, Vanquish is fun. So I'm gonna sit out the rest of this asteroid section. This is cool, by the way, this asteroid section where you can just break down all the things, which is a huge mood whiplash after we've just seen the fucking president shoot herself in the head. I think we have like a redemption suicide sort of thing where someone who's been disgraced kills themselves because it's the only thing they can do. And then we have this sort of upbeat space music with a shooter thing going on. Like, I don't know whether that's an intentional thing or whether that's just like, you know what would be cool for the credit scroll? Let's just have an asteroid section. I don't know whether that was something they were going for or not. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But, you know, it's a cool little backdrop as well. I am kind of weak for good shots of the Earth. And just the general setting of this is just really amazing. I wonder if there was any sort of awkwardness in the like offices and whatnot when this was being contextualized. Though, like, so we're making this credit scroll, but we want to shoot you in the face. Is that all right? Can we have a photo taken for that, please? Oh, I don't know. But this music is plenty upbeat for this kind of thing, so yeah. And it's picking up a lot of tension and whatnot as well as we get further through it, so. And I don't know whether you can shoot them ships that go past in the background. It would be cool if you can, but I was trying to take down all the ones. I can't remember whether I did perfect this and take down all the ones that shoot towards you or not. I think I was trying to. Whether I did or not, that's possibly a different story. It is what it is. But I think given we're getting to producers now and whatnot, and there's Mikami's, so that should be the ending. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the FlameHisWorld commentary of Vanquish. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for another playthrough. Bye bye for now.